Welcome, welcome everyone. Talking again with no sound. You gotta love it. Welcome to the Prep Ham Paul Sunday night Ragchew. Tonight we're talking about the TRU, the truSDX miniature radio, and we are going to determine if size matters. I'd like to welcome first ones on Black Irish 7 and Mrs. Black Irish 7. Sorry about that. And Getting Out in Life. Okay, he's taking a break. Look forward to some new videos. We got to remember to get out in life. So anyway, all right. Hopefully you get a video out soon, Michael. Look forward to it. Tonight we're going to talk about this true, I just call it truSDX. I don't know if that's the correct way to describe it. Let me just make sure I've got the audio working. Looks like it's working. I'm very good at not unmuting my microphone. I've got a button here to make it easier and I still forget. So let's get into it. This is the truSDX, the TRU-SDX. It's a project by DL2MAN and PE1NNZ, who've, I guess, collaborated and built this small little transceiver. And let's go to the details right here at dl2man.de. So what kind of transceiver is this? Let's get rid of that. And let me get the next thing going here. So this truSDX is a very small transceiver, and talks about the cat controls. And I want to say it is 40 through 80 meter. I thought it would say here. That's just the cat commands. So let's try group by details manual. I don't think that's going to talk about it either, but we can look real briefly at the images he's got on here. This will allow a headset connection, headphone and audio out, and mic. Has a DC power connector here, and the connector on this side is for, mine is a micro USB. I'm not sure what this is, so mine's this one right here, micro USB. That can power it as well and do your firmware upgrades. It does push to talk. Right here on the box, there's audio cable sets you can buy. There's quite a few videos out there on YouTube about it. So if you go to dl2man.de, you can click on any of the videos he's got here. And here's the bands. No, I don't think mine has this yet. I don't think mine does these yet. I think it's 40, 60, and 80. Well, we'll play around with it. We'll look at it. So that's the website, just to give you the information of where to go. He's even got a spot where he tells you where to buy it right here. And there's quite a few suppliers: Amazon, eBay, Uptech, and New DIY Tech. So let's go to it. Let's see. Let's go to the item cam. And let's do the Sunday session. And we'll get over to that. And let's get rid of my logo here. Fade. And get rid of my logo. Okay. So here's what we've got. This is it. And I've got a placeholder here so I know where the center of the camera is, because it's not always easy to... I'm not looking at the camera when I'm messing with this. Hopefully it's right side up for you. I've got my Boba Fett placeholder here. This is it. This is the size of it. Let's check. How big is it? It's always good to measure, right? Don't we all measure our radios? 3.5 inch by 2 and a little over 2 1/4. And it's barely, about 1.5 inches, a little less than 1.5 inches. That's small. In comparison, here's the FT2 Yaesu radio. About the same size. If you take off the knob and the antenna here. Pretty much the same size. Welcome. Welcome, Paul. Welcome, Mr. Paul. So we've got this attachment comes with it, the kit that I got. So it's the SMA port, and all the videos and things I watch, they say this is definitely better to have this for quick disconnect and also to protect this SMA connector. And then, as I showed earlier, you've got the mic and key port. You've got the audio out port for a headset. You've got the power port here, and mine has the micro USB, which can run it, and that's how you do your updates for firmware. So I'm going to start with the power port over here. I don't need to go into the micro SD. That's just a standard micro SD to USB. Plug in your computer. You can update firmware and do all that. But let's start with the power cable, and it came with 2, or did I order 2? I can't remember. 2 small power wires, and they looked like this when you get it, and it was 2 unfinished ends. And so I've got 2 of those. One of them is the one I use. I made it into I added the Anderson power poles with it's a longer reaching cable. And then this one I did for fun, but I think I need more. I think I need the 6-pack or a 4-pack. I wired it and then shrink wrapped it to this triple AA pack. And I tried it, plugged it in, and I guess 4.5 volts is not enough, or I screwed up the most simplest soldering and connecting cables ever made. I'm pretty sure I did it right. So I probably need a minimum 4-pack, and that would be 5. What would that be? That'd be 6 volts, I guess, from 4 AAAs. So I'll have to change that and add that to a different option. What I've got here is just a standard LiFePO battery, 6 amp hour and 12.8 volts. I've wired the connectors here to go onto it, and those of course are into Anderson power poles, which go into my Lark pocket power port, which I did a video on. Our club did this, and I've got 2 of these, which is kind of cool. It was a good price, and you just do some soldering, and you got you a fairly cheap but durable little power port, power distribution port thing. So let me move that to the side, and let's look at the audio and the mic and key ports, which are just standard 3.5 millimeter ports. Now, you can take, I believe you can take a headset if it's got the split, and the mic can go here and the audio can go there, and then you use that. You can separate the audio if you just want a speaker, so that's something I have. I grabbed the cheap MFJ speaker out of the garage and plugged that in, and it's definitely better sound. It's still not great sound. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. A quarter-sized 10-meter CW radio. That would be interesting to see if that works. I'll have to Google that after the stream. That'd be interesting. So I think you can plug headset that has split audio and mic, and then this is where your key would go, and you'd set it in the menu, and I'll kind of go over that, but not too much. There's plenty of videos that show you off of the website and on YouTube that show you how to change the settings, but it's just a setting. You choose CW, USB, LSB, and so in size I'm trying to keep the size small, so I've just got that. I was hoping this would work to be even smaller, but I got to do the 4-pack like I said. So we've got a 6 amp hour battery, the power distribution little power box. Power cable. I made it extended, but it comes with a really small one, so it would take up a little less space. And then I got this on YouTube a while, or not YouTube. I got this on Amazon, I believe, a while ago. And unfortunately, I broke this key. I glued it the other day, so hopefully it's fine. This is a 3D printed little kit. I think I paid $7 for this. And it's a key. Little magnet connectors. And you basically just screw the wires inside, place these two paddles in. There's a spring between them. Hold it together with the spring in, slide this down, and you screw in the magnetic stands and screws, and you just plug it in here. Plug it in here. So your key, now I would have to switch because I think it's defaulted to straight key, so you'd need to change that to iambic A. Or B if you like that. I think that reverses it, right? And you, this right here, once you plug your antenna in, you got CW mode right here. So this is still keeping it pretty small, right? Small battery, small CW, little simple power distributor, power cable, and then the antenna, of course, be connected and off in another area. But if you did an in-fed like some of these Pac-tennas, Cartennas, these guys that have these small in-feds, which I'm working on, I got a whole bunch of small toroids. And I'm going to try to make some of those. Got a pack of 10. It just seems fun to try to make that small little end fed. You can fit all this in a bag, and what this is all going in is this bag right here. It all fits, and once I do the end fed, I'll probably just do a 40 meter or 20 meter antenna. And this bag is 12 by 7. And canvas, real sturdy, heavy duty zipper. It all fits in here. Not the speaker, but everything else. I might be able to shove a smaller speaker in there. So let me get the antenna plugged in. Now I'm running through a tuner, and I'm actually connected to my 500 watt amp. So I could bring that power up if I wanted, but what I wanted to do was show, see this bayonet connector and a little jumper here to connect to my main cable to the Hustler 6BTV flagpole antenna, which I also put a video out on. And it was actually, they posted on QRZ. I put it in the forums and they posted that. So it's got a lot of traction from there. So, and then other people are posting in that forum some of their flagpoles and things that they've done. So it's really cool to see some of the stuff people have made. This should have enough power. Before we start, so we've got, I'll just plug this in here. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the speaker because the audio is really bad. I'll wait and I'll let you hear the audio if you haven't already seen other videos on it. What did I do? I think I just messed something up. No, I didn't. So what we'll do is I'm going to put this here so that it holds it. It's driving me nuts. It's too heavy of a cable. And then what I decided, I forgot the other part that fits in here. For digital modes, if you want to connect a laptop. Now, of course, laptop's not going to fit in there. So, of course, I got the smallest thing I could find. What everybody's using these days is a DigiRig, right? And then you got to get the correct cable. So that's this one for this SDX, TRU SDX. And those fit in the bag as well. And you would just plug these in. And then this goes into the, if you have a phone or the laptop, that goes into the headset port. Of course, if you're split, then I think you got to get a splitter and split the mic and headset out for your laptop. But anyway, that's what that is. But I'm going to show you a different way to do it with this. No cable needed. It's kind of interesting. It was the first time I did it was a couple weeks ago. And I made another contact today. So let me grab that. And what that requires is a phone. So let's go ahead and power it up. And all you do to power it up is plug it in. So it's set to the FT8 frequency because I didn't want to search for some chatting. Hopefully you hear that. So you can hear it's pretty scratchy speaker. It's a real small speaker, so it's nothing fancy. Now this isn't too big of an upgrade, but let's try. I think what this does, I don't know if this is a bad cable on my speaker or if it's the wrong connector, because when I was plugging this in, I should be able to push it all the way in. I'll have to look into that. But since it's digital mode, we don't need to worry about it. Okay, I got the tuner on. So we got our frequency. That might be too small. And this camera I can't zoom in with. So let me bring it a little closer, see if it'll zoom in on it. So as you can see, frequency. And then you go into menu. And then you can scroll this down. Oh, that's volume. Let's go into menu. And then you can see how it changes. There's where USB is. If you're doing CW, you want to change that to CW. And you've got all your menu items here, and there's other videos out there that show how to use that. I'm going to keep it there. Whoop. 2 clicks. It goes back. Whoop. Power. It's almost like my power's loose too. I'm going to have to look at that. So this is what's interesting about this. And you can do this, I'm sure, with any radio. It's the app that's really doing it, not the radio. So this is okay. Got to clear the cache. Hopefully that's not too loud and annoying. Let me bring the mic closer to me and away further from that. So what this app is FT8CN, and you can download it, I think, for both. Oh, of course, let me unsync and do not disturb here. And then go back. Okay. So this is, see, it's already listening. It's already hearing and decoding. It's an FT8 app. And it's through, because this phone is Bluetooth. I don't have a port to plug it in. My old Samsung did. So this is just doing through the speaker and the microphone. As you can see, it's decoding. Right? And so what you do is, when you want to call, you're going to hit the call. And then we're going to hit CQ. It's going to automatically populate here, CQ K5VOP. And then up here in this spot here, you're going to hit this button, and it's going to start sending out CQ message. So we're going to do that. And then what you got to do, though, if you don't have Vox set up in the radio, let me make sure my volume's up. You've got to, whoops. Oh, there it is. I just hit the... So that's the sound. So my phone is doing the sound and doesn't need to be plugged in. It's all through Vox. So we're going to have to wait one more round. And then what I'm going to do, since I don't have Vox set up in here, I'm going to hold the push to talk button down. Whoop, power went off. I think I got something loose. You're going to have to hold the push to talk and time it. And then I let push to talk off so that my phone can hear. It's FT8CN, Charlie November. And then I'm going to get ready to hit push to talk again. Do you see KM4SXE replied to me? And let me look at the... Okay. He's... Well... Let's try it again. Okay, what I might need to do, what I'll do is I'll just show you the PSK reporter. I didn't want to spend a bunch of time trying to make contacts like this. I just want to show you something that you can do. Let's see if he comes back or not. Okay, so I hit that button up there to stop transmit. So you can see how that app works, and let me make sure I gave you the right name. It's FT8CN, and it's that purple, looks like a, what is that, peace sign or something? FT8CN. And it just goes on there, and if you have a phone that doesn't plug in, you can literally just do Vox, set the radio to Vox, and it'll do it. Let me get off that frequency. So let me show you this. Let's try, oops, I got the wrong window up. PSK. Oh, gotta go to this window. So let's just look at where I was getting out to. So here we can see in the last hour. So I wasn't getting out too far. I mean, too much. Earlier I did one. I made one QSO, and it was quite. Let me get out there. What was that earlier? Let's just do 12 hours ago, and you'll see all those others. I only did one QSO and got all those others. So it's definitely getting out. And of course, I forgot to look at. When I was doing it earlier, it was actually running 1 watt. So most of the ones I see on YouTube and stuff, they're showing like 1.5 watts. But my MFJ meter is showing 1 watt. So not bad. Of course, it's hooked up to a decent antenna, the Hustler 6P TV. So it works pretty good. But you can see how that works. Understanding that app a little bit, might take a little bit of understanding. I had to figure out kind of how to do it, what to click on. It took me a while to figure out that top right button I needed to click on for it to transmit. But anyway, this is probably it's gonna do this. So here's what's kind of cool. Well, I must have a loose connection. So let me go. Oh, that's the wrong way. Let's go to a voice. And you can change this so that it tunes by 1,150. Let me get this closer. So what's interesting about this, it's got a microphone right here, okay? So you don't need a microphone. I'm sure it's not a great microphone, but you can literally have, this is it. And when you push to talk, you just speak into there, and you'd call CQ through there and reply through there. There's some more digital. There's a lot of CW as well, earlier when I was looking. I was hoping to get somebody on here that would be talking so that we could hear it. It's not a great speaker. Well, neither is this MFJ, but it should be better than what I'm using here. I was hoping to get somebody here. All right, let's do, let's get this to go a little better. Tune rate, let's do 0.5. I'll find someone that we can tune, do the tune rate different. Of course, he disappears. Now I'm going back again. Yeah. I'm going to have to figure out why it's loose. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to turn up the volume. It's I notice, yeah, you go past 15, it starts getting real staticky. So you figure these are about $100, $110. Is it worth $110? I don't know. If you want something to play around with, I guess. They need to keep talking. Don't they know that I'm live streaming? Let's go back to 33. There's somewhere around here. It is really difficult to understand, to be honest. So if you put audio out to a better speaker, it'd probably make a huge difference. If I plugged in my headset, maybe. The first time I tried it, the sound was a lot better, so perhaps it's just something tonight. I could make out conversation. I could hear people. So what you would do is just do this right here. CQ, 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 Kilo 5, Victor Oscar, Papa, CQ, 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 K5 VOP, CQ. What I am going to do with this is during a contest, like during a Saturday afternoon contest, Sunday morning, I'm going to connect this and see. I'll have a lot more opportunity to hear if there's some SSB contest going. Let's get out of that. But you can see that it's let's change that to 1K. And go. Yeah, of course I've got it going too fast. Let's go down. You'll hear some clear CW signals. Whoop. Yeah, I'm going to have to work with that cable connection. And I know there's a couple guys on YouTube that have set or have done settings on this, like how to get the best settings. And I haven't updated firmware either, put my call sign in or done anything. So let's go. See, FT8 always there. Now watch this. We're going to change that to CW. Oh, and go down to you probably can't see. I wish I had a zoom on this camera. So there's keyer. I have iambic A. And then noise. You can reduce noise. There's attenuation. Trying to find. I probably saw it. It's reversed. It's upside down to me so that it's right side up for you guys. I have to set it to decode. CW message, CQ, transmit delay, drive, noise, Vox, practice, keyer swap, keyer mode, speed, you can change the speed, and CW decoder is currently off. Let's turn that on. And then watch the bottom of the, on the bottom, you can see that. What happened? Why is this not showing? Not sure why my... Oh, duh. I need to switch back to cam. So you can see on the bottom here, sorry, all that time I was on a different camera. It's decoding, and it actually does a pretty good job. Frustrated, I had that other PSK window up. Oh, it's not fading. Sorry guys, hold on. Let me turn that off. There. Jeez, let's get it right. Okay, I've set the CW decoder. Look at the bottom of there. You can see that. I think I'm set to 15 words a minute. So not bad. I don't know how well that's going to show through the video, the small screen and little text. So anyway, pretty simple and does work for, you know, for what it's worth. Speaker's probably the worst part of the whole thing. Really hard to hear it. Could be bad conditions currently too. I know when I listened before, I heard a bit clearer. A better external speaker would probably be the first thing to get. And then I think this would be a good one for digital and CW more than voice, to be honest. But it's, oh man, I got something loose. I wonder if it's my adapter, a loose connection on the board inside. Frustrating. But that's pretty much it, guys. The menu button here, and then you can scroll through volume, mode. There's CW mode. You can do filters. Here's the bands. So we've got 40, 60, 80, 30, 20. So it's 20 through 80. You got tune rate. You can change that to spin the dial and tune quicker, slower. VFO mode A. AGC. There's a noise cancellation one. There's attenuator. You can change the S meter. It's got quite a bit if you consider. I mean, it is only like a 1-inch screen. So you definitely, as you get older like me, you got to get your readers to read it. CW decoder's on, and you got all these options. And then when you get to the very last, your software, and then you can update that. And there's videos out there that show you how to update the firmware. But that's pretty much it. So hopefully, sorry about the mess up there. I still had the stupid PSK reporter up. It wasn't showing you the things I was doing. Someday I'll get there. But that's pretty much it. Is it too small? No. There may even be smaller, like you say, that quarter-sized one, right? Oh my goodness. That is a tight bayonet connector. So, too small? No, not for radio. Would I suggest it used for voice? Probably not the best. I mean, I think it's an Arduino in there, if I remember correctly. You might be able to program and do stuff if you know how to do Arduino. But I think definitely this would be a good one for CW. It decodes better than my 101, I'll be honest. My 101 doesn't decode that great. I have to match unless I haven't figured it out, I have to match the words per minute to about what the person is doing it for it to decode, and it's got to be a pretty good signal. Whereas this decodes, anytime I've tried decoding, I've never changed it. It's 15 words per minute. It seems to decode pretty good, and I don't know CW yet, so I know my call sign. That's about it. It's CQ. I think for CW and digital modes, QRP, this is pretty cool. And I may try it sometime and see how I do. I'd like to get it connected instead of the Vox, so I'll connect it to a laptop and work from there and try that. But overall, it's pretty cool. It's a fun toy radio, I suppose, but it works. So I can't knock it. It works. QRP, $100 ish, and you'd have to get a few add-ons like I showed you. But if you wanted to do FT8, your phone, the app, and your radio, that's all you need. So let me one more time. The app is FT8CN, and it loads and has a little bit of a learning curve. You got to figure out what's what, but it's pretty cool. But that's about it, guys. Yeah, I wonder about that modding. I'm sure people that can program know what to do, but I have no clue. So I kind of have to. There might even be some images or whatever out there that you just install and change everything. I don't know. I don't know enough to even mess with it. I'd probably end up breaking it, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, I'm hoping to make this a little bit better or my use of it, and then put it all inside my little green bag here. It's all going to be in here, and it's going to be my my bag and grab and go kit for fun anyway. But so thanks guys for watching. That's going to be the stream tonight. I'll be back on Sunday night next week. I think we're doing, I'll have to look. I don't think I have anything scheduled for next week. The first of next month, the preparedness stream is going to be on hydroponics. So I look forward to presenting that and showing you all who aren't familiar with it, how you can grow your own food just using water and nutrients. So thanks guys. Appreciate you for coming in, chatting. And I'm going to Google that now, the 10-watt CW radio that's the size of a quarter. I got to check that out. Take it easy, 73 guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, and